I gotta get something off my chest. Shout out to the Ace Taker, dog, with this new video he just brought up that he just made. And he made a video about saying fuck Calvin Johnson and the Detroit Lions will be better without Calvin Johnson. And the Ace Taker, I agree with you 100% because I'm getting tired of these motherfuckers coming out and talking shit about my team. I'm getting tired of people dissing my team and all that shit, man. Y'all sound retarded as fuck. Like, for real. First off, I want to say this. Calvin Johnson is a bitch. And the reason why I say that is because he should have stuck his ass with baseball. He should have stuck his ass as a baseball player in high school instead of switching to football because it ain't the sport for you. Because, look, yes, he retired due to injuries. Yes, I understand if you retired due to injuries. And he had several concussions and fucked up knees, fucked up feet, fucked up hands and shit. I understand that. But for you to come, and he took painkillers, but for you to come out to say, he automatic in that interview, he also threw his team under the bus. I know the Lions suck dick. I know they've been sucking ass all this damn time. I understand, but you don't come out and he basically threw everybody under the bus. That's not just the management, but the team in general. His teammates. He threw Matthew Stafford under the bus. He threw Darius Slay under the bus. He ain't say their names in particular, like he talking shit about them, but that's what he basically done. He low key dissed them, saying he didn't like the direction of the team where it was going and shit. He didn't want to go through his third general manager, even though he really went through two because Matt Millen got fucking fired. He got fucking fired in 2008 when we went 0-16. So he really went through two. He only had one season with the motherfucker, so you never really experienced shittiness. So, yeah, anyway, Bob Quinn, you don't know how Bob Quinn gonna be. And I think Bob Quinn, I don't think he gave a fuck if he kept Calvin Johnson or not. You could tell in interviews and fucking press conferences and shit that the guy wasn't too hyped about it. He wasn't we just gotta have Calvin Johnson. He wasn't like, so anxious to see if he retire or not. You could tell. He was like, if he retire, he retire. He don't. Fuck it. I'm gonna continue doing what I have to do. I like the direction of Bob Quinn right now. I like it. But yeah, he didn't want to go through that shit again, I guess. And he said, I want to consider retiring if this team was a championship contender and this team was good and all that shit. I know it's gonna be Bears fans and motherfucking Packers fans and all the whatever for make fun of me. I don't give a fuck. You can suck my dick. Fuck you, faggot. I don't care. But anyway, like that's some bullshit, man. For real. You gonna throw your team under the bus. You basically gonna throw Stafford under the bus on the low ball. You basically said fuck this team. You basically said fuck everybody. Basically. You basically saying that. You ain't say it in that exact term, but you basically saying that, and when you say team, you basically saying that. Forget Calvin Johnson. He not even a fucking leader. He not a fucking motivator at all. Never have been a motivator. He's not a motivator. He's not a fucking leader. Take that team captain shit off because you ain't no fucking leader. You can't lead this team to win shit. Because if your team ain't shit, then what that tells about you as a leader. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. I mean, if this team really ain't shit, so I guess you ain't shit as a leader either. So you tell me, motherfucker. But yeah, dog, that's some bullshit, man. Fuck that shit, man. I ain't sucking this motherfucking dick. I ain't doing that shit like you other motherfucking fans is. I know I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes. I don't give a damn. Ace Taker been saying everything I've been wanting to say out of my mouth for the longest motherfucking time. And I was in Periscope with LB. I was talking shit. I was talking shit about Calvin Johnson a little bit. I said he left me a bad taste in my motherfucking mouth after watching that E60 shit. He said, well, he retired because of injuries in the team. Well, okay. And motherfucker, I'm like, and shit. But he still left me a bad taste in my motherfucking mouth, man. If you're a real fucking fan, you should be offended. I'm sorry. He basically said we ain't shit, so fuck it. We ain't gotta accept this bullshit. Shit. At least Barry Sanders, yeah, he retired, but he said he regretted it. He did say he retired because of injuries and fucking the team wasn't good enough. But he said that shit like years later though. But he's still a lion at heart. You could tell he's still a lion at heart. And then also years later, he also said he wished he didn't retire. He said he regretted that shit. He did say that. He did say that in the interview. He did say he regretted retiring early as he did. He should have just stayed. I mean, shoot. If he didn't retire, he would have been an all-time leading rusher. But yeah, dude. That dude Calvin Johnson, that was some whole shit, bro. If you such and then people gonna say he done so much for the city. He done this and he does so much for the Lions. Okay, he was a top merch seller for the Detroit Lions organization. What did he motherfucking do? He broke Jerry Rice's records and one receiving record in one season. But guess what? That season we didn't go to the playoffs. So did it really matter? No. Who gives a fuck because we went 4-12? I know we went 4-12, but that was the reason why we did it because the team was decimated with injuries all over the fucking place. Defensive line, injured. Offensive line, injured. Receiving corps, really injured. Even Stafford could have got injured that year. But our receiving corps was so fucking bad. We had to sign motherfuckers 2 days before the game start. Before the game started just for them to fucking play. Because we ain't had no depth at the receiver position. Burleson went down with an injury, and if he didn't went down, believe me, Calvin Johnson would have never broke that record. Believe me. Trust me. That's the only reason why he broke that record, but he broke that record on a shitty 4-12 team, so it doesn't really matter. I don't want to hear this record-breaking bullshit ever fucking again. If I hear that shit one more motherfucking time, you doing so much for the Lions. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here, dog. For real with that bullshit. He sold merch. Okay, and he broke records. Okay, whoop the motherfucking do. He had 329 yards on the Cowboys. Whoop the motherfucking do. But guess what? That season, though, we went 7-9, and we didn't go to the motherfucking playoffs. So, miss me with that bullshit again. And then, in the playoffs in 2014, he didn't even show the fuck up. And that was the motherfucker I was saying who needed to show up, and he didn't show up for shit. That dude ain't do shit in that game. The only motherfucker that was balling is Golden fucking Tate. Golden Tate showed up, but he didn't. I mean, come on now. Calvin Johnson's great and all. He's good and all, but come on. He's not the whole fucking team. That's why I be trying to tell people. It been times that this dude led the team in drops for a couple seasons. A few years ago, people was making excuses and shit. Well, Stafford didn't throw the ball on the target. He didn't throw the ball on the mark. Get the fuck out of here. It was times he threw that bitch on the fucking money. Between the numbers. And he still dropped the fucking ball. Still dropped the ball. And it was a key drop too. A drop that could have been a touchdown, by the way. And he drops the motherfucker. A few years ago, he led the team in drop passes. But nobody want to talk about that side of the story. Nobody want to say no shit like that, though. But we ain't going to be shit without Calvin Johnson, right? But do y'all remember when he was sitting the fuck out, how many games we won? Remember we was undefeated without this motherfucker? Remember we was winning games? and the offense was flourishing without the motherfucker? Do y'all remember? Oh, y'all must be had short term memory loss. I don't know. Y'all had selective memory. That's what that shit is. Y'all don't remember. Y'all just want to remember shit and then talk shit about my team, like Heath Evans, and then you gonna talk shit about Matthew Stafford. Talking about some, Matthew Stafford could Drew Brees learn the system when he can't learn it because he can't comprehend the system. It's too complicated for him, and he ain't good enough. He's not good enough to learn the system and all this bullshit. When in fact is Lombardi is a fucking trash ass offensive play caller. He's one of the worst offensive coordinators in NFL history. He's fucking horrible. I'm sorry. He's trash. And you trash too. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Mr. Stafford. Shut the fuck. I cannot stand that motherfucker. I want to stick a pool ball down his fucking throat. Can't stand that guy. I can't stand that guy, bro. I hate the NFL Network. They want to judge my fucking team and shit. You know what Matthew Stafford said? When he said that the offense will be better without Calvin Johnson because you don't know who he going to throw the ball to? Guess what these motherfuckers going to say? The NFL Network and other media outlets, they going to laugh. They going to fucking laugh. And then they going to laugh, though. And then they basically was doubting him and shit. And I'm like, y'all gonna be in surprise for this season, man. Y'all looking retarded right now. Y'all gonna look about retarded as hell. You don't know who I'm gonna throw. Okay, Stafford, we'll see what you'll do. We don't know, but you want to suck, motherfucker. But you want to suck these other quarterbacks' dick. You want to suck Teddy Bridgewater's cock, and he fucking suck. Get the fuck out of here, dude. David Carr, get your old... Man, you a fucking trash as a quarterback. But you want to talk shit? Please. Stop it. Take a seat. Have a seat, boy. You was garbage as a Texans quarterback. You was trash. You was scrap metal. You trash, boy. You don't have no fucking opinion. You should have no fucking opinion. You suck. And I don't want to hear no excuse talking about his offensive line was shitty. I don't want to hear that shit because Matthew Stafford had one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL last year. If not the worst offensive line in the NFL. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That offensive line, they couldn't pass block for shit. And they damn sure couldn't run block for shit. So we had the worst offensive line in the NFL. At least with a team with a bad offensive line, they either can run block real good or they can pass block real good. Our team, we couldn't do either. And we still, our offense was still, it wasn't great, but it was better than you would expect from a shitty ass offensive line that we had. That's for sure. So get the fuck out of here. So Stafford did make some shit happen, despite the shitty ass offensive line. Shit, you're not gonna win. Like, come on now, bro, man. And then y'all gonna say we ain't gonna be shit without Calvin Johnson. When this motherfucker led us, he cost us a game against the Seahawks by fumbling that bitch. And then the motherfucker almost lost us the Packers game and shit. And then I don't know how many countless times this motherfucking Stafford threw him the ball right on the motherfucking target and he dropped the fucking pass. I seen him do it just this past season. I remember one time it was a deep pass. Calvin was open as fuck. And he drops the motherfucker. And I was pissed. I think it was against either the Vikings or somebody. Or it was one of them teams. Or the Bears. It was somebody. This dude. In 2013 and 2012, he led the team in drop passes. This dude dropped the ball so many motherfucking times. But nobody want to talk about that side of the story, though. Nobody want to say that shit, though. Everybody always want to blame it on Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford. He didn't do enough. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Oh, the defense was trash. I don't like the direction. Get the fuck out of here. And then Calvin Johnson complaining when it was quarterbacks receivers in the league right now. Right now. Andre Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, do two motherfuckers. Larry Fitzgerald. Yes, he went to the Super Bowl. Yes, and the Cardinals, they haven't been good except the last maybe 2 seasons. But for the most part, the Cardinals been sucking ass. He had Jake Plummer as a quarterback. This dude had Calvin Cobb as a quarterback. He had some shitty quarterback play. And you want to sit here and bitch and moan? Man, and tell me if we was a winning team, shut up, man. Man, this dude Fitzgerald went through hell in Arizona. This dude went through 5-11 seasons and 4-12 seasons and shit. This motherfucker went through 3-13 seasons and shit. 6-10 seasons. Are you fucking serious? And then Andre Johnson the same way. He went through shitty seasons with the Texans before he decided to move on because it just wasn't there no more. You know? This dude was with the Texans for a long time. Forever. And he went through hell. But you want to that was the winning thing. That was insane. Shut the fuck up, man. Crying like a bitch. Put on the fucking pamper. And you motherfucking fans that have been talking shit about my team, you gonna learn real motherfucking soon. We gonna put you in your motherfucking place this upcoming season. Because Stafford, I know he's motivated after hearing this fucking E60 shit. And I know he's motivated after all the doubt that people giving him. I know he gonna be motivated in a motherfucker. And he gonna come out and fucking light this shit the fuck up. And he also looking for that contract too. So he gonna come out and bust you motherfuckers' asses, man. He gonna fucking kill people. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man. So you better look the fuck out. I said it first right here, right now. He gonna come out here. This dude gonna come out and bust some people's asses. And if you don't believe me, just wait till the season. So that's all I have to say in my video, man. Fuck you doubters. Fuck you haters. Suck a dick. Calvin Johnson, you can get the fuck on somewhere with your crybaby ass. You can go suck Tom Brady dick. You try to get a contract for Bill Belichick and suck his motherfucking dick for a fucking ring, like Kevin Durant tried to go on a winning team for the Warriors and suck Stephen Curry dick. You can do the same shit. So get the fuck out of here, boy. We don't need that bullshit. I know that he'll be sick as fuck if the Lions win the Super Bowl without this motherfucker. He'll be sick as hell about that shit. I know he would. But yeah, he can get the fuck on somewhere and fuck you, Mita. Fuck everybody. That's all I have to say, man. Peace.